Just so much stuff going on. Unless I ramble, which I might. This is the most expensive fabric I've ever purchased in my life. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Taylah and I here make scrunchies and bows. I've been doing so for 9.5 years now. In today's video, I'm going to be getting ready for my July launch. I'll be doing a launch every month around the 1st. Sometimes I've been just doing it the first Tuesday though. Just depends on where the first lands, because if it lands on a weekend, it's really hard for me to get it up because I usually have a market that morning. Yeah, so it's just a bit difficult, and that's happened twice to me now. So yeah, I usually just do it either the 1st or close around there. I've been launching new products and new fabrics for the scrunchies mostly. And yeah, as in terms of the products, I've launched wristlets, headbands this year as well, a few other bits and pieces. This month for July, I'm wanting to launch my silk scrunchies. Now, I've never used silk before, so this will be my first time sewing with it, cutting it and everything else. So this is 100% pure silk, and let me tell you, this is expensive. This is the most expensive fabric I've ever purchased in my life. It is $50 a meter. That is very expensive. So usually I try and get my fabric on sale or on clearance. All my fabric is between $1 a meter to $13 a meter. Like, I really do try and get a lot on clearance just to cut my costs down. Making scrunchies, especially the XLs, I can only make 5 XLs out of a meter. So that's a lot of fabric. But I have been getting requests for silk scrunchies, so I thought I would bring some out. So I've chosen 3 basic colors, which are black, pink and blue, and I was going to make them only in petite sizes because yeah, they use a lot less material if I make them in the petite size, and plus they're just so cute. So this is a petite size, and I'm going to use like my same measurements and everything. It's just going to be the different fabric. Today it's pretty much just making a few of these up, getting them online and making them into bundles as well. So this launch is going to be super small because I'm having a massive month. The last, like, it probably started in Japan, really. Midway through June to the end of July is just absolutely mammoth for me. I went to Japan. I just bought a house, got my keys yesterday, so I've got so much to do with the house, let alone moving in. Like, I have to do so much to it. Just small things really, but you know, I like need to paint rooms, and I need to change doors, and I want to change windows, and like there's just things like that that need doing. And actually buying stuff for the house takes a lot of time. So I'm very time poor. And I also had an end of financial year sale end of June. I put it up for 24 hours and I had 80 orders. So I have 80 orders, 600 items to make in the next week and a half, because I put up that I was 1 to 2 week processing time, because I knew that I would already be pushing it for time, getting the house this week, having to, you know, buy stuff for the house, having to buy fridge, having to, just so much stuff going on. I had no idea that 80 people would purchase so much. So I was like, oh my god, thank you. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was scrolling and it was just like, you know, ding ding ding. I haven't had that in years, and it was so awesome. I was like overwhelmed. Oh, it was really good feeling. But it was my biggest sale I've ever had. It was almost 50% off store-wide. So yeah, if you participated in that sale, thank you very much. As for today though, see, I'm like all scrambled. My thoughts are everywhere. There's like 50,000 things going on in my brain right now. Like between the loan, the offset accounts, and then there's the actual house, and then the orders, and then having to, you know, buy stuff, and then having to actually move. And then I forgot, I'm going to Byron Bay for a week. So that's already booked, that's already paid for. I can't cancel now. I would have liked to have cancelled, but I can't. Yeah, it's non-refundable trip, so no, to lose out on a few $1,000s, which I booked prior to buying a house. Same with Japan. I booked it at the start of the year. I booked both holidays at the start of the year, and because like this is my low point. You know, the winter months, not doing a lot of markets, not doing a lot of stuff. August is actually when it starts to ramp up. June's usually my quietest month of the year. To be honest, I think it's like my quietest month every year. And then July is also quite quiet, besides the end of financial year sale, like getting all those out. But yeah, I just decided to spend a lot of money in in like this time frame, like space of 45 days. Did a lot of things, and so I've just got a lot going on. But today, we're just working on today. Today, what we're going to do is get those silk scrunchies made, get them uploaded. I only chose 3 because I knew I'd be packed. Like I won't have time to do, you know, a full launch. So I've just chosen the silk scrunchies to do. And I thought I'd also do bundles. I will be doing bundles for these, for like the 3 colors for a discounted price. But I've also thought I'll do random bundles of my actual scrunchies. So I'll do maybe 3 regular size, and like one will be a satin, one will be a velvet, one will be a print, that sort of thing. And then also be discounted because it's a bundle, it's also randomized, just like mystery deals in general. Because I thought they're easy to do. I don't have to actually make stuff for them. I just need to make the graphic, which will be pretty easy for me. I just need my iPad, which I can show you guys what I'm doing with that later. That's what I have to do today before 4:30. Because at 4:30 I am going to get the quotes on different things for the house. I don't know, I might talk about the house in as well. I don't know, there's like, I want to do like a whole separate video about like everything for the house, but there's just so much, there's so much to talk about. I don't know, so I think maybe when I do the house tour, empty house tour, I'll do a lot more of the talking behind the scenes, like what it took to get me a house, owning a small business. That's all, like, if you're new to the channel, that's all I do. I only have my small business and YouTube. The YouTube income was surprisingly the hardest part to get a loan with. Like, I did not realize how hard it was to get with, yeah, the YouTube income, because it was just very scary for everyone. That was like, oh, YouTube, what is that? Like, I swear, YouTube's been around for so many years and there's so many creators. Like, surely there's other creators buying houses with this YouTube income. Like, someone I went to school with, they also have a YouTube, and they were telling me that he had to put up 50% deposit because of his YouTube income, because the banks classified it as unstable income. Just crazy. Anyway, alright, so I'm just cutting my elastic into 7 inches. For the petites, I'd use about 7 inches of elastic because, I don't know, I think it works better than using the full 8. I could use full 8, but I don't know, I like it better at 7. It just works with my hair really well, and I know everyone's hair is different, but I don't know, it just works. So I don't really know how long this vlog is going to go for either, unless I ramble, which I might. So maybe this can just be a talking vlog. I don't know whether to use my scissors or my rotary cutter with this. I'll use blue first because I feel like blue is probably going to be the one that doesn't sell the most. I think black will be the first ones to sell out. That's even if it does sell out. Oh, I feel like weird cutting into this because I've had this for, how long have I had it for? I reckon I've had this for almost a year, maybe, oh, well, at least 6 months. I think maybe 8 months. I just haven't cut into it yet. This looks more than a meter though. Hang on, let's measure. Oh, beautiful. They gave me a little bit more, so that's good. Ah. I can just hear it like catching on stuff. I would call this like Cinderella blue, but obviously I wouldn't call it Cinderella blue because that is dangerous to call stuff like that, because of trademarks. But this is, yeah, definitely like a Cinderella blue sort of colour. Okay. Oh, what is it stuck on? The other thing I was thinking of, how much should I price it at? Now that's a massive thing because these scrunchies on my wrist right now, they're $7.99, and that's just for satin. And the satin, you know, usually is about, satin's probably my most expensive fabric. It depends on what sort of sale I get on, but it's about $13 a meter. I sometimes can get it for 10, but yeah, it's about $13 a meter. This is a big jump from this price to this price. And I was looking online on Etsy at what other people price their scrunchies at for the silk. And it does vary. Well, I mean, all scrunchies vary so much. And my scrunchies I know are on the higher end. Honestly, I'm looking and like, there's some that are cheap. There is cheap silk scrunchies on there. I don't know if they're actually silk for how cheap they are. They might be bulk purchase from overseas even, and like claim that they're silk. Like, you know, they range from $10 a scrunchie, and then the higher end ones you're looking at $30 to $40 per scrunchie for like around this size. So I was thinking maybe I should meet somewhere in the middle because I don't particularly want to try and charge $40 a scrunchie for these, because like it's just crazy amount. Like, to me it's a crazy amount. Like, I know that this is such expensive fabric, but like I can't see myself charging $40 for a scrunchie. Not this size anyway. Maybe like a big one for sure, for like the ones that are XL size, yeah, for sure be $40 at least. But for this size I'm thinking 20 bucks, which is still really expensive for a scrunchie, but it is silk, it is high quality. I'm thinking 20 bucks. And then I was thinking I could do the 3-pack for $50, so you save $10. And then if you've got the special discount codes, which you get after you purchase from me, like the thank you codes, you get an extra 10% off. So that's what I'm thinking, 20 bucks, so $19.99 per scrunchie, and then yeah, the $49.99 for the 3-pack. So that's my thoughts. Yeah, it's really hard to price determine, and I need to try and determine the price based on my prices currently that I have my scrunchie set at. Yeah, I think that's where I'm landing though, I think. Alright, let's see what happens. I probably should change the blade in this because it's probably blunt, but I just want to see how it cuts. I just don't want to rip anything. I feel like I should refold it because look at that, it's like wonky as. How many will I do? I think I'll do 2 of each, like 2 strips. Just a thought. Should I rip silk? Let me know. That would make it really straight. Look at that. It's kind of fun. I've been doing this because I don't know if you can see it, but it bunches up heaps. And it keeps going on my scrunchies, so I need to like do that every time I change the thread. Just with the scrap piece. Okay, so pretty much all I do now is get Photoscape up. It's called Photoscape X. And I just drop all my photos in there. And then I adjust the color. So these photos were pretty dark to begin with, but I think these will be fine once they go into my next application that I use. I'm just going to go through and delete a couple because I don't need this many. Just make sure they all look okay. Just checking the labels are alright as well. So that one's blurry, so that can go. So I'm going to save all these, and I'm also going to take some in my hand and maybe on my wrist too, because the colour of the blue is, I don't know, it just doesn't look the same. That's more of Cinderella blue. This is, compared to this anyway. It's really hard getting the correct colours. Alright, so pretty much I'm just duplicating one of my old listings, which is already a petite one. 100 100%. I don't know if I can start with numbers, yeah. Pure silk. So I'm gonna have to change all this. Oh yeah, I need to go edit these. I forgot. I have extra editing that I need to do. So I've just sent them over to my iPad. I usually use photo room. I'm gonna go batch, start batch, and I've got barely any photos to do, but I will do that one, and that one. So I'll do these ones first. Pretty much what I do here is I resize them, I position them, and depending on what sort of size they are, I usually like put the padding around. This is what I also do. I usually put a light on and the shadow, and then I just go back out of that and then apply to all. Just brightens them up. And then I go in and I'm just going to transform maybe? Yeah. Just make them sit upright. And that should be it for those three. And then the next thing I usually do is I like to make them square and centered. This isn't really what this application is for, but it just helps, I think. Just means I have to go through and do no cutout and then adjust the photos accordingly. I just think it's a quicker way to make them all square, because if I was to do that just like in just normal photos on the iPad to crop them and stuff, it actually takes, it's more steps, so it's just quicker on here. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is going to Procreate, and I'm going to go square, probably that one, and I'm going to add in these three photos, which I usually do this in a better way, but because it's only three photos, I can't be bothered doing split screen. Okay, now that we got all three, I'm gonna just make sure that they're relatively the same size. Move them around. This will be the front for the bundles. I just need to remove this. So that's what that looks like, and I'll save that, and I'll just send all these back over. There we go. So all my editing bits and pieces done. I'm just gonna send that back over to my MacBook, and I'm also gonna send it to my phone as well. And now I'm going to upload all of these scrunchies. I won't film it because it's pretty boring watching me upload stuff, but I'll be back in a minute. And I have for maybe 30 minutes, I've probably got half an hour left until I really got to start getting a move on and getting to my house. Okay, my laptop's about to die, but this is what I've done. So I've done all sizes, XL, regular, silk, and then the 3 silk ones. So that's all good to go. I just have them set as draft because I'm not going to shut the website down until later. And yeah, that will be open at 8. I just need to do one more thing, and it's like 4 o'clock. I really need to go because they're going to be at my house very, very soon. So I'm sitting here editing this video and realize I didn't do another outro, or if I did, I can't find the end of it. I don't know. There's like, I was very busy this week because this is the week that I had the end of financial year sales, and I had like 100 and something orders sitting there. And then I also had like the silk scrunchy stuff going up too. And I also got the keys to my house, so that's also probably why I didn't finish it properly. I don't know. I had lots of things going on that week, so much. So yeah, it was a very, very busy week for me. So I'm guessing I just didn't jump back on to finish off like the silk scrunchy stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing because I can't find it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.